You are listening to When Life Gives You Lemons, the podcast that speaks to high-performing individuals who have been through adversity but come back stronger. I'm your host, Emma Levy, a physiotherapist who has helped elite athletes on their way to Olympic success. This podcast was born following my own trauma, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of just 36. Sat in the chemo chair, I set myself the goal of starting a podcast to explore resilience and the power of mindset. Big news this season, we are now on Patreon. If you enjoy what you hear and you want more content, ad-free episodes, or just want to support the show, please head over to patreon.com/When Life Gives You Lemons, Emma Levy, or find us on the Patreon app. A small subscription fee, the price of just one coffee, makes a huge difference and will help keep me recording. So here we are, season 8. I'm going to ask you all a favour now. If you are listening on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, please follow the show. By following, rating, and even writing a review, you can really help us grow, and that is what we need. We need a sponsor to help us keep recording, and for that, we need growth. So I would love it if you could please help us out. Now on with this week's show. Today, I'm welcoming Dorsa Yavarivafa to the podcast. Dorsa fled Iran with her mother aged 14, having to leave her father behind due to safety concerns. After a tumultuous journey through Turkey, Germany, Belgium and then France, Dorsa eventually arrived in England, where she was granted asylum. After the trauma of her journey, luckily Dorsa had one constant, her love of badminton. In the UK, she managed to find a coach who saw extraordinary talent and introduced her to the Refugee Olympic Team. And in the summer of 2024, Dorsa had her dream come true when she competed at the Olympic Games in Paris. She now holds an Olympic refugee scholarship, which allows her to study and train at a UK university. She also acts as a refugee ambassador with the continual goal of inspiring other refugees across the globe. Wow, I hope that introduction was right, Dorsa. But thank you so much for coming and chatting to me today.
Thank you for having me. Yes, it was amazing. Thank you.
Firstly, how was Paris?
Oh, it was amazing. It was out of what I imagined. Everything was perfect. Lovely people, beautiful community, and just everything was monumental, amazing.
I was in Paris.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did you eat a chocolate muffin?
Oh my God. To be fair, I don't like chocolate myself, believe it or not, I know. But it was amazing and it was the best thing I ever ate in my life.
It was, wasn't it? They just went viral.
I know. I literally found out they went viral after the Olympics. I was like, what? Those chocolate muffins got viral now? Like, what's happening?
It was
and
hilarious.
They were amazing. Yeah, I know.
So how old were you when you started playing badminton?
I was 9-year-old. My dad taught me badminton because we used to play in parks as fun and not serious at all. Mm-hmm. But then slowly my mom put me in classes and she was like, let's try it. And my dad was like, yeah, why not? We're playing in parks. Why not? Let's just give it a go.
Amazing.
And I started playing and my coach was like, she's really talented. She could do better. She could get places. She could go even more. So I was like, why not? Let's give it a go. And here I am.
Wow. And then I read somewhere that you weren't allowed to train anymore in Iran because of being a woman.
Yes. It was technically that. There was some difficulties in Iran because of that, which it wasn't really fair. But I had to live with it, but I just left. So
is that why you left Iran?
That was, yes. And also because of some problems my mom had in Iran, which it wasn't really fair to my mom as well. It was really hard for my family to go through that. So yeah, that was the other reason.
So do you remember being told that you and your mom were going to leave? Do you remember that moment?
My mom didn't told me why and where we going, nothing. My mom was like, we gotta go. And I was like, what is happening? Where am I going? At the age of 14, I was so lost. And she was like, we're going alone, your dad's not coming. I was like, what? I was just shocked. I don't know what to say. It was the hardest decision of my life because leaving my friends, family, my dad as a 14-year-old girl, it was too much for me.
But you didn't have a decision, I imagine. Your mum said, we're going.
Yeah, my mom said, we go.
Yeah, and you went literally that day.
I went that day. It was like a click for me. I had to pack everything so quickly in a small bag. The only thing I remember is I just took my racket with me. That's the only thing I took with me with a suitcase.
And you didn't know where you were going?
No idea. No idea.
And your mum had a plan though?
Yeah, she had a plan, but she didn't told me because she didn't want my head to like, go around it, to think or get stressed about it. So I just followed my mom, but it was really scary for me.
Yeah. And how did it work then? You're not legally allowed to leave?
Yes, I wasn't. What do you mean,
Like, did you just go to the airport and leave, or?
Yeah. So we went to airport and we went to Turkey. We were allowed to go to Turkey.
Okay.
But then from then that we wanted to leave Turkey, we had to have a visa, and getting a visa in Iran is absolutely terrible, and they take 2-3 years to just give it. So we just had to leave illegally.
So you left Turkey illegally?
Yes.
So
from
how
Turkey,
did you do
it was
that?
Illegally. It was stressful. We tried to leave Turkey with a fake passport, and first time it didn't work. They caught us. They took me to jail. As a 14-year-old with my mom, it was very bad and disgusting a bit, because it was just so scary and terrible. The police were terrible with us. It was just very, very scary for me.
Did they separate you from your mum?
No, not there. But on the way to come here, I got separated from my mom a lot of time.
So you ended up in a Turkey jail, and then you got out?
I got back. They deported us back to Iran.
Oh,
yeah, we had to go back to Iran. We couldn't leave. They took our passports. We were banned from flying from Iran for a good 4 months. After trying several times to get our passports back, we tried again. We went to Turkey again. That was a very brave move to do that.
Very brave.
Yeah, I'm actually so impressed of my mom being that brave.
Wow. And at this point, you knew what was going on as well.
That's
so you
where
must have been scared as well.
That's where I found out what we're doing, what's happening. That's where it clicked. And I was like, ooh, this is scary. There was times we gave up, but my mom was like, we gotta go, we can't stay.
So you're in Turkey at this point.
Yes.
And then you got fake passports.
Yes.
And then
again.
you were able the second time to get out of Turkey?
Yes, finally. That one was very difficult as well, because our passports, we were going as Germans. So I had to look, it was difficult. My mom had to put contact lens on, and the passport, it did have my mom's face, but I don't know if you know, in the passport, there is a little picture that if you just turn around, it's going to show up a bit. That picture wasn't my mom. So she had to make herself look like the picture. And it was just difficult. It was very stressful. When we was going to go in the airplane, because that's where they check everything. That's the end check thingy. I don't know what they call it. But that's where it was the most stressful. And I just don't even want to remember it. But my mom's heart, I could hear it literally from far. It was pounding off her chest. It was terrible.
And then you flew from Turkey to
Germany.
You flew Turkey to Germany. And then what happens when you arrive in Germany?
In Germany, we said we arrived there in the airport, and then we said we want to have an asylum seeker.
Okay.
We didn't know English as well. We just said asylum seeker. That's all we knew. And they were like, okay. They treated us all right. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that good either a bit. Yeah, because we were like immigrants. They saw us as bad people. They didn't really, it wasn't the best, and they didn't took us to the best home as a just mom and a child. So yeah, it was a bit difficult there.
And you didn't speak German either?
Nothing.
So
No English, no German.
Really isolating.
That was, it was terrible, scary, very scary.
So how long were you in Germany for?
10, 11 months, or around then.
Quite a long time.
A very long time. I learned a little bit German.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were going to school?
I was going to school there, yeah. But when we arrived to Germany, that wasn't where we wanted to go. We wanted to go from Germany to somewhere else. Well, the first goal was Canada.
Right.
That was where we wanted to go. But then my mom was like, I can't take this anymore. I can't take the pressure. Let's just stay here for a while.
Yeah.
We stayed. We were planning to stay in Germany, but then we got our negative answer to leave. And if we didn't leave, they would have deported us to Iran.
No way.
Yeah. After 10 months staying in Germany.
After 10 months, they said no.
They said no. And it was such a shock for me and my mom, because I was playing in Germany and I got first place in the whole Germany in that age, in my age group, and in under 17s. And I was like, we showed all the proofs. We were like, success in, like, I'm succeeding, I'm doing this, but they were like, at the end of the day, it's on your mom that have to give the case.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then where did you go from Germany?
So from Germany, we weren't allowed to, but we went to France. In France, we stayed for a month or two.
So you just drove across to France?
Yeah, just drove, yeah.
And how did you get across the borders?
No, we didn't drove, actually. We drove to some train station, I don't remember exactly where, and then with train, we literally left. I don't remember how or if anyone came to check. I actually don't remember that.
Okay.
But I just remember we just got past it and we were there, and I was so happy about it.
And then you land in France, you arrive in France, and then where do you go?
Then my mom decided, there was a few of us actually trying to leave. Germany.
All together?
Yeah, all together.
Like people you'd met in Germany?
Yes, that have negative answer like us.
Okay.
Yeah, and we all just like put our minds together, put money together, and got a little house. Mm-hmm. But it was very little though. All of us had to like stay with each other. It was very scary. Wow. And we didn't know them that well, so that was even the more scary part. But yeah, we stayed there for a good 2 months, but we tried a lot of time from Germany, which didn't work many times.
What, you tried to get out of Germany many times?
Yeah,
and you would get turned back?
Yes, keep turning back. But the good thing was France didn't turn us back to Germany. France just let us go. Well, that was really nice.
So what, they just said, you shouldn't be here, but just
let us go, and then but they did put a lot of pressure on us in the jail, because I did went to jail a lot of times in France.
In France?
Yeah.
So what, they'd come to the house and arrest you all?
No, when we were trying to get out, we tried several times. One, we tried with these big trucks. I don't know what you call them.
Wow.
But one with big trucks, which was in the back, didn't work. They caught us. They handcuffed me, the police. Yeah, it was very scary. I was telling them, I'm only 15. You can't really do that to me. I'm just a kid. But because I was always very tall and very big, they wasn't believing that. They said, you're lying.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was.
So they take you to jail, but then they would just let you go?
Yeah, several times. They just let me go, and then they just let me go in France. And then we were just trying again. There's a lot of people trying from France to get to different countries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, especially England.
Yeah. So how did you then get to England?
After several times, the other one that was very scary, which was the most scary one for me, was another time I was trying with these big trucks.
Yeah.
But we went to Belgium this time. When we went to Belgium to try to get away, the police came. Oh my God, I'm literally shaking right now talking about it. The police came shouting. They didn't open the back door of the truck. They just kept shouting, we have a gun, put your hands up. And and if you're armed, tell us, blah, blah, blah. Just shouting everything. I don't really remember what it was, but shouting us. And then when they opened, there was 6 or 5 policemen pointing the gun at us and telling us to get out, and brutal. Wow. Belgium was terrible.
So that was Belgium. So they take you to jail again?
Yes, they took me, and they were so it was terrible, because I remember my hands were hurting from the handcuff, and I was telling them, I'm 15, I'm 14. I was 14 back then. It's I'm 14, you can't really do this to me. Yeah. My English was better then. But they were no, you're lying. And then they just took me in the van. My hands were literally behind my back. I couldn't sit right. Yeah, it was terrible. And that's where it was the scariest moment of my life.
Yeah. And then they separated you from your mum at that point?
No, but another time they separated.
Oh,
yeah, I know. It was the one other time. We tried 4 times and we got caught.
To get out of Belgium?
To just get out of Belgium and France, both of them. Because we were keep trying Belgium, France. Yeah, it was a very long journey for me.
Did you have to do a boat crossing at one point?
No, we didn't try boat crossing because my mom was really scared, because we heard that so many people drowned from it, and she didn't want to risk my life for it.
So you were trying to get on, a ferry or a train across?
Yeah, we mostly tried to get either with a fake ID to get in the boat to get in England, or big trucks. Yeah, these were the 2 things that we tried.
Wow.
And with the fake ID, That one was brutal as well because I had to look like the fake ID. That's where I got separated from my mom. It was just me alone in the car. I didn't know the taxi driver, but the taxi driver was in it with us. Yeah, like the taxi driver knew. Right. So I was meant to like go with the taxi driver, and in the boat, and then from the boat, the taxi driver just let me go, and then we said let's try this because maybe it's gonna work. Yeah. So I got separated, but the police caught me and they were like, very impressive. And I was like, yeah, well, I do quite look like the girl. I was scared though. And I was like, yeah. And then that's where I was separated. And I was in a cell, which I was alone. No one else was there. Very cold. It was terrible.
For how long were you in the cell?
A day or a day and a half. Yeah, alone by myself. I was very scared.
Wow. And
when my mom saw me, I get emotional always here. When my mom saw me, it was very emotional moment.
I mean, it must have been just awful. You were so young. That's what's just crazy, that they can treat you like that when you're only 15 years old.
It was terrible.
And so you had 4 failed attempts, and then the 5th time you got to the UK.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, you must have just not believed it when you actually arrived on UK soil.
We didn't. We remember that this time we didn't went in the back of the truck. We went behind the driver. There is a bed. There is 2 beds. There's one down, one up. My mom was in the upper one, and then they closed the bed. It was like something like a book. They closed it. It was very tight. It was so tight for my mom. I can't even imagine how she could do that. But I was behind the driver hiding, like under the pillow, under the everything. There was so many things on me. And all I remember, when we were going past the border, something unreal happened. The police said to open the bed that my mom was in it, and then the truck driver were like, why? Like, they didn't know English as well. And they were like, why? And then they were like, just open. I want to see if anyone's in there. Because like everyone trying to get away. Mm. I don't know how it happened, or I don't know what happened, but he opened, but they didn't saw my mom. I don't know how. Way. I didn't see anything, but the only thing I saw was from the blanket was they opened. I thought they caught us. I genuinely thought they caught us. I was like, that's it again. Here we go again. I don't know what happened, but then I saw him close it again, and the police was like, you can go. And that's where I was like, what just happened?
Wow.
Like, it was unreal.
There was no money passed hands. Like
I didn't see anything. Maybe there was something, but I was so shocked. My mom was like, how did that happen? Like, what happened? It was terrible. It was just so stressful because I was about to come out. I was about to say, yeah, here we go. But yeah, we went through, and the driver was like, we're in. And then I was like, what do you mean we're in? And then they were like, we're there, so you're here. So I was like, my mom was crying.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was the best feeling of my life. I was like, it's over.
But you didn't know, I imagine, what was going to happen when you arrived at the UK.
Nothing.
So you don't know that they're going to let you in, or like, because they can still send you back, can't they?
Yeah, they can. It was risk. It was very risky what we did.
So you applied for asylum?
Yes, we applied. They were really nice.
Really?
Really supportive.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll never forget. It was the best time of my life. Honestly, they treated me and my mom very, very nicely. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah, that was really good.
That gives me faith in humanity again.
I know, yeah.
And so how long did that whole process take?
Process
of travel, like from when you left Iran to when you got into the UK?
I say a year and a half. Wow. A year and a half, yeah, around that time. It was long.
Yeah. And when you look back at that period, how does it feel?
I'm just glad it's over. It was stressful. I felt very displaced. I didn't know if I ever gonna stay somewhere, if I ever gonna live somewhere, if I ever gonna have my own house, our own home. Never thought all this. I thought we're gonna just get back, be in danger again. They're gonna send us back. It was very scary for me.
And then you arrive in the UK and you do you have to wait to be granted asylum? How does that process work?
Yeah, so basically they gave us a very good house actually, yeah, to me and my mom. And sometimes they do give share houses, but they were so nice to us, and they gave us, yeah, because I was 15 when we arrived. They were so nice to us, and they gave us a whole house to ourselves.
Wow.
Yeah, it was little, but it was something. It was
Still,
better
your own
than
space after not having anything for a year and a half.
Exactly. It was good for me. I loved it. It was in Birmingham.
Okay.
Yeah, and we had to wait until they gave my mom the green flag to tell them you have to come interview for us to see if we can give you a negative answer or a positive answer. And we had two chances to get a positive answer. If we don't get the first one, the second one, it might have been. That was risky as well.
And there has to be a reason for you to leave, is that right? Like a safety concern, basically,
Yes.
for the government to then grant you
Yes,
the privilege
exactly.
to stay.
Yeah, that was scary as well, because anytime they could have just take us back. Anytime, like my mom was very scared every time she was hearing a van, because if they want to take us, they would take us in a van. And every time she was hearing like cars in the parking area of the thingy of our house, she was always waking up, calling me like, Dorsa, come here. Can you hear that? I'm like, Mom, it's okay. Just relax. And when we were looking, it was just a normal car, but she was traumatized. She was so traumatized about this. It was terrible.
And when you were waiting for that answer, were you allowed to go to school?
Yes. Okay. I went to college. I found the badminton academy.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was a good process actually. I was living my life, normal life, and then alongside of it, it was happening. So.
And the people at the college, they were kind of accepting of you, or did you feel like a bit of an outsider?
No, they were really accepting actually. Yeah, it was lovely community. I loved
really
it. Yeah,
nice.
I had the best time in college. Best friends. It was amazing.
Brilliant. And your English obviously improved because you were hanging out with English people.
Yeah, my English improved like so much in college. Because I had a lot of English friends, all around the world friends.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. And so then you've started to resume badminton. Mm-hmm. How did you make it to the Olympics?
Oh yeah. So it was hard. It was very hard because alongside of me coming to England, I thought it would never happen. I was about to give up my whole badminton. I said I can't train again. This is not possible. That's all I said because I can't just keep training for a while, because it was a very, very big gap between them. Because whenever I was keep training, we had to stop again, and then again, and then again. It was very hard. But I didn't give up. Birmingham actually gave me hope. Arriving me to England gave me hope. And I was like, I can do this. I got to keep going. I started training and I started going to tournaments a lot. I started getting places. In Birmingham, I was training with Lauren Cole. She's an amazing person. She helped me a lot through it. Yeah, in any way. And yeah, so I started training again. I got a lot of first places in tournaments in England. So many good things happened. And then when we got our positive answer, we didn't have to, but my mom wanted to live in London. So we moved in London and we're here now.
Wow. So when you got your positive answer, how long was that after the application started?
2 years.
Oh, that took 2 years.
So 2 years, my mom was traumatized about her going back.
Wow. And then when did your dad join you? Because your dad has now joined.
Yeah, it's been a year and a half now. Yeah.
Oh, so he stayed in Iran for quite a long time.
Very long time. I say, I don't know how long it is that we're here, but I think since 2019. Yeah, that we're here. It was very, very hard for me not to have my dad around, and for my mom as well, of course.
Yeah, of course.
It was really hard to raise me after raising me for good 14 years with my dad, and then just leaving my dad. It was very hard for us.
And so was he able to get here because you were both here already?
Yes, yeah. When we got our positive answer, we requested to bring my dad as well. So yeah, that happened, and it was such a good moment.
And I think I read that your dad had never been allowed to watch you play badminton.
Yes.
So how was that the first time your dad was in the stands?
Oh my God, yes. It was in a tournament called Middlesex Gold, which it was so emotional for me because it was my first time. The person that taught me badminton is watching me play badminton for the first time.
Wow.
It was crazy, yeah. And I felt proud for myself. I was like, I made it. My dad was so proud as well. Yeah, it was a lot of tears after my game. It was just such a beautiful moment for me.
Amazing. Did you win the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, you gotta win this. Your dad's watching after a while.
So you went to the Paris Olympics with the Olympic refugee team.
Yes.
And were your parents out there watching you?
Yes, they came actually. They watched both of my games.
Wow.
Very emotional. I was always looking for them in the crowd, and when I saw them, I was very emotional. I just started crying immediately after my game. It was amazing.
That's amazing. And you've just been telling me that you're now studying and still training at Middlesex University in London.
Yes.
So is the goal LA 2028?
Of course, yes, that is the goal. I'm training for that, and I got accepted for the scholarship again for the refugee team, so everything's going perfect now.
Oh, that's brilliant. So when you say you've got accepted, does that mean you're definitely going, or do you have to qualify?
Not yet. I have to qualify. I have to go through the process again.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the scholarship just means that they help with the training?
Yes, they help with everything. They are very helpful, actually. Yeah, in everything, even funding, housing, everything. They are very, very helpful.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's been a great help as well, I
Yes,
imagine. And
it's
also
lovely.
arriving in London must have been quite tricky.
It is.
Because you're settled up in Birmingham and then you've got to come to London. It's a whole new starting again,
I know,
isn't it?
Yeah, it was actually. But we finally had our nice and beautiful home. Yeah,
so
it was
nice.
beautiful.
And recently you were an ambassador for Refugee Week. Is that
Yes.
right? So what did that involve? And like, what are you campaigning for?
It was mostly to like help the community and tell them that you're not alone. You know, it was most about community as superpower. It's what it's called, and it's actually very beautiful and amazing people. So many new people that I saw, so many new stories. I got to hear about everyone's story, which it was beautiful stories as well. So really lovely community.
And after how long can you apply for permanent settled status?
To
To stay in the UK? Because do you have to wait a certain number of years and then you can apply for a British passport?
Oh, yes, actually, yes, for
Yeah.
British passport, yes. It was 7 years, but I think it's more now.
Oh, it's quite
Yeah,
long.
It is quite long, yeah. They changed it to 10 years, I think, or 11. I'm not sure, but it was less than now.
So are you able to leave the country?
Yes, but in certain places I can go. Yeah.
Okay.
So for my international tournaments, every time that is like different places, I have to get a visa, which that's a very long process as well. But it's
Right.
better than Iran at least.
And what about, is there going to be problems with it being in America? The Olympics in 2028?
I have no idea. That's going to be very tricky, actually. I'm a bit scared about that.
I actually
but-
hadn't really thought about that until just now when you were saying that.
Yeah, I know. No, I've been thinking about this for a long time now. That how is that going to be possible? How are they going to take us all the way to America? It's a bit
You'd like to
scary.
think that the IOC, the Olympic
Yeah.
Association,
They're gonna
would
sort it out.
support it and
Yeah,
sort it out.
hopefully, yeah.
Because otherwise, just imagine.
It's going to be very scary and hard.
Yeah,
to
hopefully
just-
they'll sort that.
Hopefully, yeah.
So what message would you give to the world's, I think, 100 million refugees?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What message would you want to give to anyone listening?
I would say never give up. There is going to be ups and downs, even though if you think you're in your lowest, just don't give up and just keep going. There's going to be a lot of hard things happening in your life, so just keep going.
Yeah, because if you think about how many times you got sent back,
Yeah.
but you kept going, you kept going, you kept going.
Yeah, that was just not giving up. And
Wow.
I made it and I went to Olympics and everything's amazing now.
I mean, what a message, hey? And do you think that journey and that process has made you a stronger, more resilient person?
Yes, 100%. And I'm really thankful, actually. I'm really thankful that I experienced that because it made me who I am today. And I think I'm a very strong person mentally about so many things. even positive and negative things in the refugee and in Paris, because there was a lot of hates and a lot of positive things. Yeah.
Was there a lot of hate?
Yeah, there was, as well as positive though. It was something like, you know, even because there were like people saying you don't deserve to be here. Why are you here? But on the other side, they're like, you have an amazing story. We're glad you're here. You know, it was
Was
ups
that
and
amongst the
downs.
athletes or amongst the spectators?
Everyone, athletes and spectators. There was a lot of ups and downs there as
Really?
well.
Wow.
Yeah, tricky, but it was lovely community anyways. I loved it.
So you're obviously able to see the more positive side, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. I just saw the positive side. So I think I'm very strong mentally. It's just ignore the hate.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy. I'm good. It's good. I'm good. You know.
So do you think this has all made you better at your sport as well?
Yes, 100%.
Final question, Dorsa, that I ask all of my guests.
Mm-hmm.
If you could go back in time to when things were at their most difficult, so, you know, potentially when you were in that cell by yourself, which I just can't imagine at age 15, what do you wish you could have told yourself as you were going through that?
Ooh, that's a really good question, actually. Gotta think about that. Ooh. I would have said, this is all going to be over and you're going to be fine. Just don't worry, keep going and just think about your goals.
And you'll make it to the Olympics.
Yes, I made it. Very excited and happy.
Thank you so much, Dorsa.
Thank you for having me.
It's been amazing. What an honour to chat to you today. I didn't know so many aspects of your story, but I think it's just so inspiring for others to hear the trauma and the difficulty that you went through, but that you've come out stronger the other side to achieve your dreams. So keep spreading the message, and we're going to be supporting you to LA 2028 and beyond.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.